Stratocasters have a longer scale length compared to other guitar models like a Les Paul or SG for example. This means that the strings will have to stretch slightly more and will carry more string tension. So like for like, the strings on a Stratocaster will have slightly more resistance, meaning that they're a bit harder to push down and bend compared to that on a Les Paul. So if comfort and usability are really important to you, especially if you're just getting started with guitar and building up those calluses and that hand strength, then you might want to go for some slightly thinner strings on a Strat. Something like a set of gauge 8 or 9 strings. The thinner you go on your strings, the easier it will be on your hands, but there is a trade-off. You'll get a slightly lower output and the sound is less rounded, it's more treble heavy. Personally, I think gauge 9s are the best place to start because it strikes a really good balance between comfort and tone, and they're my go-to thickness even now. In terms of brands, Ernie Ball, D'Addario, Elixir, or even Fender's own strings are all great choices. Personally, I use either Ernie Ball strings or D'Addario's, but I like Ernie Balls for beginners because they strike a good balance between affordability and quality, especially when you're just figuring out which strings are right for you. And I've linked where you can find some in the description below. Now, if you want a thicker, heavier sound, maybe you're going to detune your guitar for some really chugging metal riffs, then you're going to want some thicker strings. Thinner strings won't have enough string tension, so when you drop your tuning, they'll just become floppy and unusable. In this case, you're going to want something thicker, like a set of gauge 10s, 11s, or 12s. Again, the thinner you go, the less resistance you'll have, but also you'll have less output. And thicker means a bigger sound, but they'll be slightly harder on your hands. It's all about finding the right balance for you. And this will come from experience over time. The more guitar strings that you try, the more you'll find the ones that work best for you and your guitar. Now, if you're not sure on how to restring your guitar, I've got a video up here that will walk you through it step by step. And that's it. With a fresh set of strings, your Strat should be sounding much better. If you found this video helpful, give it a like to help it reach more people, and subscribe for more guitar tips. Thanks.